Because Castles was so big this day and there was more than 2 to 3 waves in a set, picking the right wave was critical to our survival, basically, because if we blew the canoe up, we were all done, right? So we enabled a guy on a jet ski to sit outside of us, and he would go over the swell, and then he would tell me if there was a wave behind it. So it alleviated the pressure on me to pick the right wave, because he'd go over the swell and he's sitting 50 yards outside of me, and he'd look at the next one and go, no, wait, there's another one coming. No, wait, there's another one coming. And usually it keeps getting bigger, right? So we kept always waiting for the bigger one.
And then once we see the set picking up and we see the waves passing by, there are some big ones that we're not going for, and Jimmy even says, oh, that one's too small. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how is that too small?
We feel like it's the right one, and we see a nice shoulder forming, a nice wall. Then the heart is pumping, adrenaline is flowing, and we're just feeding off each other. Everybody, the vibes in the canoe. And once we make the drop and we take off, you're literally getting sprayed in the face, and everybody's yelling and screaming and trying to communicate to the steersman, to Jimmy, whether or not we can make it down the section. But when all of those scenarios line up, I mean, the ride is endless. I mean, it can go on for a few minutes, 2 to 3 minute ride.
So if you get the right wave to line up from Castles through Publix, there's a couple things that have to work in your favor. First, you get into the wave and you're coming in through Publix, you need to be outside and to the left of the surfers. If you're not gonna make it through. This is over a 1.5, 2 minute long ride all the way to the beach. So you gotta time everything right, and then you gotta make sure that you're gonna make it all the way through, because a lot of times the wave behind might be bigger. And if you kick out, I think I've broken more canoes inside Publix than anywhere else. Broken Yakos, Amas. So a lot of times it's, okay, if you're gonna commit, you commit all the way until you make it to the inside. So the last wave we got, we decided to roll the dice and shoot through Publix, and we made it all the way through. The wave petered out right outside the wall. It was about a minute and I think 35-second long ride. And you know, I hadn't done that ride through Publix in 5-6 years, so it was a real unique experience and super stoked. Usually it's a once a 5-6 year swell, and shoot, we're looking right now at maybe getting another swell next week.
It was a blast, and it was a success. Anytime you come out of the canoe uninjured and the ama and the yako is all together in one piece, that makes for a good day.
I'm so grateful to have had the experience to get to paddle in that crew, and I realize I can handle, and when you have a solid crew and you have those safety protocols, like, you're gonna be okay out there. So yeah, I think I'd rush it again if the opportunity presented itself.